What's going on, everyone? We're live. Me and Cody are both live. We're talking. This can be a new sweet film podcast, I guess. I guess it could be, but mostly what are we discussing? We're going to be talking about some special stuff. So if you're catching this later, we are talking about the top 10 movie heroes and also the top 10 movie villains of 2018. Now, me and Cody, we're just going to do a regular old video like this. We've been filming quite a few videos today, but well, I'm lazy and I do not want to edit all those. So now we're doing it live. We want to have fun with this. We want to have a fun discussion. Cody, how are you doing today? Tell the wonderful people out there how you are doing. I haven't had you on the channel in a while, so how are you doing?
Yeah, I know. I'm doing exceptionally well. It's been a little while since we've had a sweet podcast, so I'm excited for us to do this, and I'm really happy to be back because the last couple of months have been extremely busy.
Yeah, of course. And also, guys, since this is live, we will be getting some of your guys' feedback a little bit towards the end of the video. So anything you guys want to say, any questions that you guys want to give us, make sure also, if you're catching this later, do comment what your top 10 movie heroes and villains of 2018 are. But really, me and Cody are going to get straight into this video. We don't want to make the longest live stream ever in the history of humanity. So, Cody, I'm going to let you decide. Do you want us to do villains or heroes first?
We can flip a coin, but let's start out with the characters that make the heroes better. Let's talk about the villains.
I'm totally good with that. So, Cody, tell me, what is your number 10? Or do you have any honorable mentions? I don't personally have any honorable mentions for the villains, but I don't know about you.
No, I don't have any honorable mentions. There were a lot of really good villains this year, but there weren't a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, what's your number 10, man? For top 10 villain or top 10 best villains.
There we go. My number 10 is the Meg.
Oh, okay.
The shark
nice.
From the movie. And it's great to see that we had two of them for those of you who saw the Meg. Just one of the most guilty pleasure-esque movies you could watch in the year of 2018. And overall, I thought the Meg was a great villain. It was an insatiable beast that tried to kill Jason Statham. And, well...
yeah.
I'm not going to spoil the movie if you guys haven't seen it.
Yeah,
but
we're going to try not to do spoilers on this top 10 list particularly. So, yeah, but I'm with you. The Meg was almost there for me.
The Meg is my number 10. What about you, Zach? What's your number 10?
The jump cuts in Mile 22 is going to be my number 10. Now, this film could have been beautiful. This film could have been amazing. But let me tell you, my God, the jump cuts in that film are some of the worst in the whole entire movie ever made. I'm not even joking. Like, horrendous, horrible, just some of the worst, and I will never get over how bad this movie was. It is one of the worst films of this year. The jump cuts in this film, it's worth seeing the film to just see how bad they are. Like, man.
Yeah, I completely agree. And especially when you start editing videos on YouTube or just doing video editing in general, you pick up on stuff like that. And especially if you use jump cuts in your video, the editing in Mile 22, it was, wow, what a bad movie. And especially coming off of Patriots Day with Peter Berg.
Which was a good movie.
Yeah,
which was a really good movie.
It was a fantastic movie. It's just a shame that Mile 22 didn't turn out that way, especially since I think we both agreed earlier on, it was one of our most anticipated films of the summer.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one, dude. Yeah, no. What's your number 9, Cody?
Speaking of really horrendous things, the Slender Man, as in the movie, not the character, is my number 9. Because it was just it was a horrible villain to humanity this year. Maybe not in the world of the story or the film, but the Slender Man was a villain against humanity. It was horrendous. It was poorly acted. It was
everything.
It was one of the worst movies to come out this year.
I'm with you on that. But my number 9 is, I did not include the Slender Man at all in here, but my number 9 is going to be the KKK from the Black Klansman. What a disgusting group of people. There's no other way to say it. That's just the best way I can say it. I liked Black Klansman. I think it's brilliantly written. But man, oh man, the KKK can go suck my dick. I don't know about you, but I just gotta put it out there. But yeah, BlacKkKlansman was a good film, and they were really good antagonists to the protagonists in here, Adam Driver and John David Washington's character. So yeah, they deserve to be on the top 10 villains list of the year.
Yeah, I completely agree. Funny enough, my number 8 is actually another movie, and it's Truth or Dare. Now, I could get into the specifics. Something might tell me that film is going to wind up on another list.
We're not going to talk about this film too much in depth.
Just to say, it was cool concept. It had a really neat concept, and the idea was good for like 5 seconds, and then it went bad. It's not like Happy Death Day, to where it's like, oh, you know, they know what they are. They know they're a really, really campy, cheesy horror film that's like Scream meets Groundhog Day. No, that's not what it is at all. It's just bad. I'm just not going to talk about it.
We'll just talk about it there.
Yeah. Okay, Zach, what's your number 8?
My number 8, I'll get to in a second. Thank you guys for joining. If you're in the live stream, I appreciate it a ton. Again, guys, I wanted to hear your guys' top 10 movie villains. And right now we're going through the villains, and we're going to go through the heroes. If you're catching this later, please comment down below. I see there are some people watching. We encourage you to do in the chat. I am commenting within on my phone. I'm curious to hear, talk with you guys. It's nice to have you guys here. And if you're also here watching, why not slap a like on that like button? Because I would really much appreciate that. But okay. My number 8 is Henry Cavill's character from Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yes.
Now, while I always had a suspicion that he was going to be bad, I didn't know until I saw the film. And my God, that reveal might ended up on a different list of yours. But I loved the reveal, and I loved the action sequences with him, especially the helicopter scene at the end. And them fighting on the cliff. Just excellent stuff. And he was a great antagonist. The second best antagonist in all of the Mission Impossible franchise. Number 1 still goes to Philip Seymour Hoffman. But yeah, that's my number 8, Cody. That is my number 8.
Nice. Great choice. Number 7 for me. For those of you who are watching, you may not know there was some really good stuff on Netflix this year. And so number 7 for me is The Cult from Apostle.
Most underrated film of the year.
I completely agree. And the Cult in general was really bad. There were the leaders of this band of super religious zealots was the worst. I mean, they were disgusting. The whole movie was really, really disgusting. And it was, I mean, they were really great villains. They made you hate them, and you could understand where they were coming from, of what they were trying to do. But at the end of the day, just really gross.
Nah. I like the Apostle. Actually, I love the Apostle. The villains in there, the Cult, it's great. At a certain extent, you're like, where's this going to go? And then when it gets going, you're like, damn, that was tough. Moving on to my number 7, it's the social media from 8th grade. And the amount of cringiness and the amount of aspects that it does. And I mean, Bo Burnham set out to do that and did it so lightly that I think this is the most underrated villain of the year. Am I wrong or am I right?
I didn't even think about that. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I'll say this. It was between this or the villain from Searching. But I decided to go with this because it kind of ties back into that social media aspect. And I think this really hits it on the head.
Absolutely. All right. So my number 6 villain is Michael Myers from Halloween.
Good choice. Well, can I say my number 6 then? Because my number 6 is Michael Myers too.
Wow!
Hey, it's the first one of the show. Yay! Yay!
Yay! Let's talk about Michael Myers. Yeah. Michael Myers is he's been out of the picture for so
cute.
Long.
He's so cute.
Even back when
he was freaking cute.
It's that mask, isn't it?
Dude, that mask turns me on.
Of course it does. I would expect nothing from you. Nothing.
Future wife. Future wife.
I thought that was Saoirse Ronan.
Please. Future wife.
I'll let
Whoever marries me, please wear a Michael Myers mask. Not on Halloween though. We're gonna wear Scream on that one.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, no, I'm with you. Michael Myers is a really good villain this year. He's scary, he's terrifying, and he's a badass and just does not die. Gets his fingers blown off at one point. We might still be alive. We don't know, but he's awesome. And one of my favorite deaths is when he grabs that annoying kid and just shoves him on the gate. Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Oh my. Getting all morbid up in here, but you gotta have to with Michael Myers. I mean, Halloween, was it the best movie ever? No. Was it a really good return to form? Was it a fun Halloween movie? Yeah. Yeah, it was. And I know there are people who have problems with it. I didn't. I like the Halloween films, or at least the first couple. But yeah. So Zach, we already talked about it. So Zach, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Drago from Creed 2. Not only one of the best written villains of 2018, but just a villain that you can really sympathize with. Back in the original Rocky, you just said, we need to kill this guy. He killed Apollo Creed. In this film, you see how much was at stakes. You see how much affected that, to the point that he had more stake than Creed did himself. And if that's not a great villain, then I don't know what is. Creed 2 was a fantastic film. I thought it was excellent. I still think the first one's better by a slight margin, but Creed 2, I think what the director did so well and the writing did so well was getting Drago for you to care about him. And it makes him to be one of the best movie villains of 2018.
I completely agree. I mean, Victor Drago, he's well written. He's a well constructed villain. You care about him. You see what he's doing, even though he's not the most respectable character. But yeah, okay, yeah, I can. He's a good villain.
What's your number 5 though?
Okay, my number 5 is the environment in Leave No Trace.
Oh, that's a really good one. For a second, I thought you were gonna go Annihilation. And I was like, damn it, why did I put Annihilation on this list? But Leave No Trace, that's a good one, especially towards the ending scene.
Now, okay, if we're going to talk about films that are extremely underrated this year, Leave No Trace might very well be the most underrated film of the entire year. I mean, no one's really talking about it that much anymore. But the environment, it almost killed Thomasin McKenzie. It almost killed Ben Foster. And it's just unrelenting. And it destroyed their relationship at the end, and they separated. So that's my number 5. What's your
number 5? My number 4 is The Demons and the Cult from Mandy. Again,
great choice.
I cannot preach Mandy enough. One of the best films of this year. That takes a while to kick in, but the second it kicks in, it's a drug-fueled adrenaline rush. That the last hour is some of Nicolas Cage's best work on screen. And I'm not meaning this like from it's Nicolas Cage. No, he is so good in this film. Emotionally, adventurally, everything. It's the film that was built to play Nick Cage. And the villains in here, I don't have the best depth. You hate them. And you want Nick Cage to kill them all. Come on, guys. Come on.
Let's face it. It's a drug trip of a movie.
Absolutely. Even if you're not taking drugs, it is a drug trip of a movie.
True.
What is your number 4?
My number 4 is Henry Cavill's character from Mission Impossible Fallout.
Nice.
I love Henry Cavill. It's right from the very beginning. You know there's something off about this guy, but you're not 100% sure. You think he's just doing his job. Then the reveal happens of him being a villain. You not only understand where he's coming from, you not only sympathize with the guy, but you also he's an amazing villain for Ethan Hunt, for Tom Cruise. He's amazing. What can I say?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I almost had him down lower, but I think my number 3 is up there for being one of the best villains of the year. All ready, Cody?
Yeah, do it.
So there's a little film this year called Suspiria that came out, and I do feel like the witches are some of the most grotesque and grossest people in the whole world. The scene where they're playing with the police officer's pee-pee is kind of gross, but the witches are gross. They're terrifying. They're disgusting, and the whole film just makes you hate them so much. And they're one of the most satisfying villains of the year. I love them a ton, dude.
I can agree with that. Now, and there's a reason, but I'm about to break my rule, and I should have said that I had honorable mentions, but unfortunately, this is kind of a three-way tie because between Victor Drago, the witches from Suspiria, and my third one is the music executive from A Star Is Born.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go Bohemian Rhapsody for a second, but that's a good one. That's an out of the box one, especially for being so. But you are right because it does add to the ending.
I mean, I'll say that you already talked about Victor Drago and Suspiria, so I'll talk about the music executive here. He wants to make Ali the best person, the best musician.
He's a douche.
Yeah, let's face it, he is a giant one, and he's a disgusting human being that works in an industry that's very, very disgusting at times. But I mean, great villain as a whole. And I'm not sure a lot of people will consider him a villain in any stance, but I know I personally do. And so that's my number 3. Three-way tie, Victor Drago, Witches from Suspiria, and the executive in A Star Is Born.
Yeah, good choices. My number 2, I have a feeling we might have like the top same too. Maybe I'm wrong. I think our number 1's probably the same, but
I think our number 2 is the same too.
It's from a little film called Black Panther.
Yep, it is.
Okay, so mine is it's Black Panther. JK, it's a Killmonger. I know I would probably side with Michael B. Jordan, but Killmonger, my God, who knew we'd have 2 fantastic MCU villains this year?
Yeah,
he's great. You want to talk about Killmonger first?
Yeah, I guess I can. I mean, the first thing as a whole is, number 1, I love Michael B. Jordan. He's probably the hardest working actor in Hollywood today. And what he's been able to do from Creed to Fruitvale Station to Creed 2 to Black Panther, it's incredible. The guy is amazing performances every single time he gets up on the silver screen. He puts a lot of hard work and it shows because Killmonger is probably... He's a great villain in terms of Marvel. Marvel's had some great villains. I think he's right. He might be a little bit higher than Loki for me as far as villain tier with Marvel. But go right ahead, Zach. Take it away. Talk about Killmonger.
Killmonger's the second best villain in the MCU. I'm saying it right now. He is absolutely awesome. I think a lot of it goes to Michael B. Jordan's performance. He just has this swagger and confidence within him that just works. And his opening scene in this film is one of the best introductions in any comic book film to date. I love Killmonger, but my God, what is our number 1? Let's say it on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Cody Curtis.
Thanos.
Oh.
Meaning Zach Pope.
Yeah, Thanos. I mean, what other villain would not take the spot over Thanos? Thanos is well written. He's smart. He's intimidating. He looks real. They actually got a purple man to play this and just had Josh Brolin do the voice.
Yep.
And
Thanos, you can see those hair follicles.
Yes, you stop. I hate that. That's a little inside joke if you guys watched our live commentary from Avengers.
Griffin pointed that out.
Yeah, if you didn't know, Thanos has hair everywhere. You just have to look. It's so bad, especially in 4K. You can tell it, but
you will not be able to unsee it.
You know what? Change it. Top 10 villains of 2018. Thanos' hair. But Thanos, again, seriously, he has one of the best moments of 2018. He is the only villain on this list to win. Can we say that? He is the only villain on this list to win. Come on. I mean, that makes him the best villain of 2018.
It's true. And I mean, once again, with all the other great villains of this year, great writing. We've had a build up for Thanos, and Josh Brolin's performance as Thanos really brings him to life. It's a performance for the ages, and as far as a villain goes, not just in terms of Marvel, as if you put him up there with like Lord Voldemort or Jafar or Darth Vader or Palpatine, he stacks up with those guys. He stacks up as one of the greatest movie villains in history.
So we just got a great comment in the live chat. Some people are giving their things. Killmonger, Josh Haynes, he thinks is actually better than Thanos due to his what's it called? His motivations. But Marin Bobic says something, Cody. And I don't think you saw Did you see Widows, Cody?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I loved Widows. But
yeah,
he mentions Daniel Kaluuya's character from Widows and Chris Hemsworth's character from Bad Times at the El Royale. Now, Chris Hemsworth's character, I think, would have been more of an honorable mention for me, but how did I miss Daniel Kaluuya from Widows? Holy crap. He was one of the best parts. That is an excellent choice. Thank you so much for putting that out there. I loved his performance in Widows. I think he was even better in Widows than Get Out, but I think it shows how diverse the actor can get.
Yeah, and I mean, Chris Hemsworth in Bad Times at the El Royale, excellent villain there. Although I wouldn't say he was top 10 material for me. I should have. Yeah, but he was good. I think the best thing you can say about him is that he definitely looked like he was having fun with the role.
For sure. And if I am going to give one other honorable mention that none of us mentioned, I don't know if anyone's seen Revenge. It's a foreign film, but it is gory. It is badass. Have you seen it, Cody? I don't think you've seen Revenge. So Revenge is about a girl who's having an affair with a very rich man. They go out to a hunting party with his two friends. He goes out to get something, and one of the friends rapes her. And then it's her wanting revenge. And those three guys are horrible, and they deserve to be put on this list as well. So that is it. I see Mr. J. Vaders is in here. Thank you so much, J. Vaders. We are moving on to our next top 10 list, and that is top 10 movie heroes of 2018. Now, listen.
Nice.
This was a very, very, very hard list to do because I could have named every single person from Avengers Infinity War on this list, but I didn't. I only chose one. So, Cody, do you have any honorable mentions for this list?
Yes.
Name some, not all, some.
Like every single one that's in Avengers Infinity War. Okay. Doctor Strange is in my honorable mentions. Couldn't get him in there. Spider-Man. And my third one is Captain America and Ethan Hunt. Those are.
Wow, Ethan Hunt didn't make it.
Yeah, there's another person on here that did. Okay. And here we go. Thor didn't make it.
Oh wow! All right. Well, my two honorable mentions I do have is Bumblebee and Aquaman. Nice. You haven't seen Aquaman yet, but I think Bumblebee is an excellent hero. What he does on Cybertron, how badass he is. That scene with the chain at the end. Oh God.
Yeah.
But my number 10, Cody. It's from a film called Hereditary. And
there are heroes in that?
Yes, there's one, and it's called The Ending of the Film because I could actually look at the screen.
I remember that.
That is the 10th best hero of 2018. I'm not joking. This is not an honorable mention. This is me not joking. That is literally one of my favorite heroes of 2018. Because at that point, I could go from here to here, and I could look.
Yeah.
At that beautiful screen again.
That black screen.
As the song from Toy Story 4's teaser trailer plays, I just go,
yay.
What? I'm happy again. Somewhat. Scarred for life, but I'm okay. But the ending came, so I'm happy. But that is my number 10. Cody, what is your number 10?
Yeah, and if you guys think Zach is joking, he's not. I was in the theater sitting next to him when this was happening.
I think that was like one of the best theater experiences of this year.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a blast. And then people come out and they're like, oh, the movie's boring.
I'm going to suck your dick if you think it's boring.
All right. Number 10 for me is no.
Just say it.
Is Bo Burnham for directing 8th Grade.
Nice choice. That's a good one.
Bo Burnham, number one. Anybody who has talked to me for any length of time knows that I think Bo Burnham is one of the most revolutionary artists in today's day and age, besides Childish Gambino. But what he was able to do with 8th Grade, especially it being his first directorial debut, it was a brilliant film, especially since he showed that he really understands the system, the way things are going on right now. And if you hear how he was able to write the perspective of a girl in middle school, it's actually quite funny and quite genius. But
I agree with you.
What's your number 9, Zach?
My number 9, sir, is Tomb Raider.
Nice.
Take whatever you think about this film. I think this film was fine. It was fun. It was good. I liked it. It wasn't horrible. I kind of prefer the original one still, but I think Alicia Vikander is one of the biggest badasses of 2018, and she deserves the top 10 heroes on here just for that manner. She saved everyone. She kicked ass. She kicked a lot of ass, actually. And, I mean, it's Alicia Vikander. I mean, is there anything else I can say against that?
No. No, I don't think you can. Which is why my number 9 is Paddington from Paddington 2.
Good choice, because he might show up on my list later. Spoilers.
I'll tell you what, Paddington, no matter what anybody is going to say, Paddington for me is one of the heroes of 2018 as a character, because Paddington went into a prison and he made every one of the prisoners who was grumpy and very messed up feel like they had a sense of hope.
Can I say this? Why are they not? Why is it not legally mandatory to show this film in prison yet?
I don't know, Zach. Why isn't it mandatory to show this film in every school known to man?
Touche.
But that's my number 9. Zach, what is your number 8?
My number 8 is going to be Deadpool, because he saved Deadpool 2 from being an utter disaster. Now, here's the thing. I like Deadpool 2. It's fine. I like it. I enjoy it. There's some good aspects to it. Don't even talk to me about that film. But Deadpool himself, I mean, was one of the best heroes of this year. He saved a lot of the world. Even though Domino really did steal a lot of his film, he saved a lot, and he saved my girl Vanessa. So, I mean, he deserves a spot. You know, he deserves a spot.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it going on. Okay, so.
What's your number 8, right?
Yeah, my number 8. My number 8 is Iron Man.
Ew.
Look, he's the one that started it out.
No,
he's the one that started it out. And Robert Downey Jr., between this and Civil War, in my opinion, he has given his best performance he has done, not only in the MCU, but probably his entire career. The guy is probably doesn't top Chaplin, but the guy is a genius, and the character of Iron Man is a hero. The way he stood up against Thanos when all of his other comrades were down, it's amazing, even though certain things happened. And I'm not going to get into spoilers about what happened. If you haven't seen it yet, watch it. It's like your cultural duty to do it at this point. If you weren't one of the people that were in the opening 230 or $225 million box office that it reached. But
do you know what film will most likely outgross that film next year? The next Avengers? Lion King. Lion King. Everyone's going to go see Lion King. Even if you say I don't care to see it, you're still going to see Lion King.
Yep.
So
that's true.
Just saying. My number 7 is from a film called Black Panther. And now it's not Black Panther himself, but one of the women of Black Panther. And that is Okoye. Love Okoye. Badass. Kicked a lot of ass. One of the best. I mean, come on. I can't even talk about Okoye without gushing over how great Dani Guerrera is in Walking Dead. But she's so fantastic. She made the character her own. And her and her spear, the way she takes off the wig and just kicks a little bit more ass, she just always shows it. And she was the big standout star for me personally in Black Panther. And then she kicked a little bit of ass also in Avengers Infinity War.
Great choice. Great, phenomenal choice.
Yes.
All right. My number 7 is The Incredibles, The Family.
Oh, okay.
It's been great considering it's been so long since we saw them up on the big screen. We got a really good movie, and seeing them back was such a joy. And if we get another Incredibles film that's just as good as the one we got, I'll be happy. But it was so great having Elastigirl, Mr. Incredible, Dash, Violet, Jack, and Jack steals the entire show. In fact, I probably could have just had it be Jack, but no, I did it just as the Incredibles, and it was really, really good to see them back, and they were great heroes once again.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But if I'm going to my number 6, it's actually maybe just Mrs. Incredible. Elastigirl herself. I have to just I wanted to I would have had the whole family, but when I look at that film in a sense, it's really her story and how well done she was, how great she was, how beautiful and elegant she is. She's needed to have her own story, you know? And I just love every single thing that how they wrote her character in this film and how they really just didn't do a parallel to the first Incredibles. They really gave her her own standalone story, and Mrs. Incredibles is just, well, incredible, right? What's your number 6, Cody?
Okay, my number 6 is the end credit scene of Teen Titans Go.
I almost had this. I almost had it, but I didn't know how to word it, so I was like, I'll hold off on it. But that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, we've been waiting so long. You know, Teen Titans Go is kind of a joke of Teen Titans, in my opinion.
The movie was good.
The movie, I'm not talking about the movie. The Teen Titans Go show. The movie was, the movie's a lot of fun. It's very funny. It's very self-aware, and that makes it pretty good. But the end credit scene, we've all been waiting for Teen Titans to return, and it looks like there might actually be some hope now. And
it is. Oh, I haven't even told you this. Yeah, no. They announced next year. They haven't said if it's going to be on Cartoon Network or it's going to be on the DC streaming service, but we will see them both fighting. And we don't know if it's a show, a movie, whatever. I don't care. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
But they will be fighting. Teen Titans Go and the original Teen Titans will be coming back together.
All right. That makes me very happy.
Good.
And now, Zach, what is your number 5?
Paddington. You know him from Paddington. Dos. I loved Paddington. It's the film that I liked the first one. It was fine. But I sat down to go see the second one. Said, oh, so why are we just going to make a kid's film? Walked out, eyes sobbing, heart filled with joy, and said, my God, you are one of the best heroes of 2018, Mr. Paddington. Thank you, thank you. Round of applause. You turned a whole prison good. And it's so special. If you have not seen Paddington 2 yet, please give it a watch. You do not need to see the first one. And the second one is a perfect film.
Yep, it is. It
Absolutely,
really is.
Man. Absolutely. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Allie from A Star Is Born. Now, why is she a hero? Because what it comes down to is Jackson Maine, the character played by Bradley Cooper, was in a very deep and dark slump before he met the best part of his life, which was Allie. And then his music career started to pick up. Of course, lots of dark stuff happens throughout the entire course of the film, but it really was Allie who managed to make him find that fire deep within himself and make him realize that he is that he's amazing, that he really loves doing this kind of thing. So Allie for me is a hero, and Lady Gaga's Allie is just one of the best characters of this entire year.
I agree with you. I'm with you on that. Which leads me to my number 4. My number 4 is Ethan Hunt. Nice. I think this is Tom Cruise's best portrayal of Ethan Hunt to date. The film, again, is one of the best action films of 2018. But when I look at heroes, I just think there and think, Ethan Hunt saved a lot of people in this one. And he's Tom Cruise. So, I mean, when Tom Cruise is in a film, as long as it's not Jack Reacher, he probably should end up on this list. And, there's nothing more to say, but it's Ethan Hunt. He's everything I wanted to be and more.
All right. My number 4 hero of this year is Laurie Strode from Halloween.
A good choice. I almost had her, but I couldn't do it.
Now, Halloween, I already stated my piece on this. Halloween, I think it's a fine film. I think it's a very enjoyable film to watch around Halloween time. But Jamie Lee Curtis coming back as Laurie Strode in what I consider to be her best performance of the character since the first Halloween is she brings back so much justice. We get a really great interpretation of her, and she faces up against Michael Myers, and it looks like she killed him, and I hope that's the case.
I don't think she killed him, but I guess we'll find out sooner or later.
In the 47 sequels.
Maybe so. My number 3, Cody. It's a film called Mandy. And my third favorite hero of this year is Cheddar the Goblin.
What?
Do you not remember Cheddar the Goblin from the commercial that he watches?
Oh, shoot. That's right.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's Nick Cage, man. I mean, this dude gets his revenge. He kicks ass. You're cheering for him to get his revenge. He has a chainsaw fight. He snorts coke off glass. That bathroom scene is a one of a kind where he's just in his underwear, and it's so weird, but it just works so fucking well. I love
it. Are you gonna cry?
Cage. I might. I honestly, and the more I talk about Mandy today, because we filmed like 3 other videos before this, I want to go watch Mandy now. So if you haven't watched Mandy, go watch it. Bye. Sayonara. Right, screw the rest of my list. Yeah. Cody, what's your number 3?
My number 3. It's Bumblebee.
Ooh.
Dude, I love Bumblebee so much. I've already talked about him on another list that may be coming out, but Bumblebee, I've been waiting so long for us to actually get a good Transformers movie. Now Travis Knight has presented us with a good Transformers movie, and Bumblebee is the opening scene. For those of you who haven't seen Bumblebee yet, the opening 20 minutes of the film are worth the price of admission. Even if you do not like the rest of it, even if you think Haley Steinfeld is a bad actress, first of all, you should be slapped for that. I'm kidding.
I mean, why are you saying you're kidding? That's like walking up to me and telling, "Hey, Zach, you know what film is really good?" And I go, "What?" And they go, "Gotti or Slender Man." That's just a slap across the face.
But the first 20 minutes is worth the price of admission. And Bumblebee, one of the best heroes that we've had this entire year.
I'm with you there. But my number 2, Cody, comes to one of my favorite films of this year. And it's a little guy, new Spider-Man called Miles Morales.
Yep, I know it.
This is one of the best origin stories ever made. It's one of the best comic book films ever made. It's probably the best Spider-Man film ever made. It's one of the top 10 best animated films ever made. It is one of the best films ever made for me. It is everything I've ever wanted a Spider-Man film to be and more. I cannot say it enough. I love Miles Morales. I love his story. And it really, even if you take out the other Spider-Man and just make it a Miles Morales story, I still love it just because how much I enjoyed his character and his progression throughout the whole entire film.
I can understand that. Into the Spider-Verse was a really remarkable film.
From the producers of the Emoji Movie.
Yep. All right. So my number 2 and number 1 kind of go in the same category. My number 2 is Mary Austin, which is Freddie Mercury's kind of in the same vein as Alice. She is and nice was that's Freddie Mercury's One True Love. And that's my favorite part about this is Mary Austin. You get down to the basis of everything. You get down to the film of Bohemian Rhapsody. Although it may not have happened like this in real life, Mary Austin is ultimately the person that saved Freddie Mercury from going to a really, really bad place in the film. And it was great to see. And Lucy Boynton, who plays her, is just phenomenal. And just seeing the relationship between Mary Austin and Freddie Mercury grow, it was one of my favorite aspects of the film. And she was the best part of his life and his one true love. So let's get down to it. And if you don't believe me, Freddie Mercury says that on countless occasions.
All right, ready, Freddie? You ready for my number 1?
All right.
Well, you didn't have this person on your list. He was in your honorable mentions. And my number 1. Drum roll, everyone. It is Thor.
Yep.
Thor. Yeah. Cody knows this because of one of our lists earlier, but I love Thor in Avengers Infinity War. Now, full discretion, I've never really loved the character. Comic I love what Chris Hemsworth does as the character, but the Thor films have never made me fall in love with them. Ragnarok, I love aspects of it, but overall, I just enjoy the film. I think it's kind of just a nice little spin-off into the franchise. Thor 2, we don't talk about it. Thor 1, I think is fine. Honestly, I think it's just fine. Infinity War made me actually love Thor. I think it's the darkest we've ever seen Thor. It shows the most layers and emotions we've ever seen Thor have. And it's also the most badass this dude's ever been. His scene going into Wakanda is the main reason he's number one. Sorry. Yeah. So that's why.
Okay, fine. That works for me.
What about you, Cody? What is your number one? It's probably fucking Freddie Mercury, isn't it?
You would be wrong, sir.
Oh. Who is it? Queen?
Yes.
Oh, God.
My number one hero is Queen. And here's the reason. I could have easily put Bohemian Rhapsody at number one. And the reason is because not very many people know the story of Freddie Mercury. And granted, the way the story was constructed for the film, it's very condensed. It's very mixed around. And it's not 100% accurate. It's a very messy biopic.
But I mean, what movie is 100% accurate?
But what I'll say is that the movie Bohemian Rhapsody and what Queen did is they brought Queen back into the spotlight. I can't tell you how many people I have heard talk about after they went out to see the movie, they went to see and buy either the movie soundtrack or as many Queen tapes as they could get their hands on. That is remarkable. There are not a lot of films, there is not a lot of things that can bring people who are unaware into being conscious of the cultural phenomenons that are going on or previously happened in society. And Queen is one of, if not the best band that was ever formed, and they created one of the best, if not the best pieces of music known as Bohemian Rhapsody. And that is why Queen / Bohemian Rhapsody is my number one hero of 2018.
Oh, boo. All right, whatever. I guess we're going to end it on there and lose all credibility because Cody just asked to say Queen. No, I'm joking. That isn't... You had a lot of great outside choices that I would have never thought of. So thank you, Cody. Yeah, the ending of Hereditary still it should have been my number one, but Thor deserved that top, guys. That is our top 10 movie heroes and villains of 2018. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us on this live stream. It means a ton to us. If you're catching this later, make sure that like and subscribe button for both of our YouTube channels. You guys go over to Cody Curtis, look him up on YouTube. I know he'll pop up randomly, right, Cody?
Yep. You guys can find me on YouTube by searching Cody Curtis.
And guys, do also look out for a couple other top 10 vids. One other one that Cody will be joining me is top 10 movie moments. I don't exactly know when that will be out, but I do have a top 10 best and top 10 worst films of 2018 coming later this week. I'm shooting for Thursday at the latest to start them going. And then I also have a top 10 TV shows of 2018, and I'm either doing top 10 video games or top 5 video games, depending on which ones I can kind of space out. I'm kind of binging a couple to get through, but yeah, guys, that's going to be the rest of the list. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Make sure to also go check out Sandwich on Films also down below if you guys want to get into some advanced movie screens. But guys, of course, until next time, stay classy.